Hi everyone, I'm speaking to you from sunny tropical Wales. Well, at least for the next 2 days at least. We've got this bit of a mini heat wave. So I'm out in the garden just enjoying it for a little while. And the reason I'm doing the video is because Patreon member Cindy, she put a good post up on Facebook today regarding a gallery that she put about 10 photos of her artwork in, hopefully to become a member of a gallery. And the reply that she got was not very pleasant at all, not very helpful either. So I thought I'd do just a very quick video just to, bring up a couple of points from things that I've found in the past, because I've been in the art game for a long time now, even though I got these dashing young youthful looks. I wrote a couple of notes as well, because there's a few things I want to make sure that I cover. First of all, I'll give you a little quick story. Probably around about 15 years ago, something like that, I'd had a print done of a painting, a large snow leopard, and I'll put a link, or I'll put a picture of that below so you know the one that I'm actually talking about. I looked at the print, it came out really well, just like the original, and I thought, you know what, now I've got it in my hands, I'm going to take it into a local gallery and let them have a look at it, and hopefully they'd like to put some of my originals up on their wall. So I'd been selling my art for around about 5 years, never been in the gallery or talked to the owner before. I'd been in there and had a quick look around. So I went in with the tube, this large tube, and I said, I'm a local artist, would you like to have some of my originals in your gallery? And they said, yes, come upstairs, we've got a big table by there, let's have a look at your artwork and we'll see what we think, see what you do. So I did that, unrolled the snow leopard, which was one of my best works at the time, and the owner just looked at it and said, what do you call this? And I thought, what does she mean? I said, well, snow leopard. And she said, no, this artwork, what do you call this? What type of artwork is this? I said, well, realism, wildlife. And she tutted at that and said, we don't have any call for anything like that in our gallery whatsoever. We wouldn't stock or put anything like that up at all. And I thought, what a strange thing to say. Not if she'd said something like, we only have local landscapes that sell here or something like that, but she was really downbeat on it and basically told me she didn't like that type of artwork. And she said that, you won't sell anything like that. Basically, things like that are not popular in the art world. You won't sell it. What she didn't... So I went out of there. I was really downbeat about it. It really knocked my confidence. And I went in really happy. I came out really fuming, frustrated, annoyed, angry. What she didn't know was that I'd sold every one of my originals over 5 years up to that point. The snow leopard that I'd done, I'd sold one not that dissimilar a week ago before I'd gone in there, and it sold for a higher amount than any other artwork original that she had in her gallery. She didn't know who I was. She didn't know if I had a following. She didn't care. The important thing is, it doesn't matter whether you go into a gallery or a competition. And by the way, virtually every competition I've ever entered with my artwork, I've never been shortlisted for it. My artwork appears to be good enough to be on the front of virtually all of the art magazines, but apparently it's not good enough to get into competitions, or at least even get a mention in any of those. So go figure. But the thing is, you want to be in this art game for the right reasons. Okay, you ask yourself this: would you be creating art if you wasn't being paid for it? Okay, so if you're perhaps a pet portrait artist, or you want to be one, would you actually be creating art even if you wasn't being paid? Now, I don't mean if you're a pet portrait artist, you may have to do it for a living. You know, I'm saying, would you do it for the enjoyment of it? Maybe not as much. I produce so many drawings and paintings per year. I love doing it. If I wasn't being paid and I was working somewhere else, doing a different job, I'd still be creating art, but I wouldn't have the ability to do that amount, obviously. But it's in me that I would definitely be painting or drawing because it just makes me happy. Okay, so if you're not happy doing it, you're just in a job. Okay, so make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Make sure you really enjoy doing it. Okay, so that's one thing I'd say. The next is a gallery or competition. It's all super subjective. You may be incredibly good. You may be a beginner. Doesn't really matter. If you're in it and you're happy with it, you're winning. Okay, as simple as that. What you don't want to do is give control over your happiness and how you feel about your art and the way you're doing your artwork to other people. Now, when I took my artwork in that gallery, the moment before I went in, I'd seen my print. I was really happy with it. It was just like the original. I thought, I'm really starting to improve with my art as well, with my paintings. It was an oil painting at the time, and I was really pumped up and in a good place. Less than 2 or 3 minutes later, I came out and I was the opposite. I was downtrodden, walking around back to the car with my head down and frustrated, and I was doubting myself if I was any good. Even though I'd had all of those sales before then, it meant nothing. I forgot about that and I just concentrated on what that person had said to me. I had given control of how I feel and what I thought about my artwork to the other person. Okay, now that's the big deal. You can feel down a little bit, and I was for a day or so. Then I regrouped, got back to it, and started creating more art and selling more art. But if I'd been a complete beginner, that could have been a turning point for me where I'd given up on it completely. So if somebody gives you a negative response, try and learn from it. Ask yourself, do I need to improve? Are there areas that are not quite good enough yet? If I'm going into a gallery, do they actually sell the type of artwork that you're interested in yourself as well? So that's the kind of questions to ask yourself, and don't let people take away your joy of art. Okay, so that's all I've got to say for now on the subject. I'd be interested to hear what you lot got to say on it as well. And I'm going to carry on drawing on my iPad in the shade in my garden. See you all again real soon.